Each year, the Florida State Golf Association celebrates the most decorated player in Florida as the Player of the Year and the most outstanding player who's at least 25 years or older as the Mid-Amateur Player of the Year. We're proud to announce the Florida Player of the Year is Tyler Strafaci and the Mid-Amateur Player of the Year is Joey Latowski. Both players had standout seasons, Tyler capturing the crown jewel of amateur golf, the U.S. Amateur Championship, and Joey winning the Florida Mid-Amateur Championship. Congratulations, Joey and Tyler.
Tyler Strafaci was named the Amateur Player of the Year following a season that saw the Davie native capture amateur golf's most important victory at the 120th U.S. Amateur Championship. Tyler was in the midst of a strong senior season at Georgia Tech University when the COVID-19 pandemic canceled the spring golf season. This led him to make a change in his plans to turn professional and remain an amateur. Tyler is left with one more summer of amateur golf, and he made the most of it. He got off to a hot start this summer, winning the 120th North and South Amateur Championship at Pinehurst Resort. Tyler raised the coveted Putter Boy Trophy on the same green that his grandfather Frank had 81 years ago. The two became the only grandfather-grandson duo to win the North and South Amateur.
The North-South has always has deep roots in my family, and I knew that this would probably be my last time playing, and I wanted to give it my all. And I showed up to the tournament, was playing really good, and just kind of took it one day at a time. And it's one of those things, I hadn't really played much tournament golf, and I didn't really have many expectations. And just one day at a time, and by the end of it, you realize you're in the championship match, and it was a pretty cool experience to win that with my dad on the bag and all the family history there and all that stuff.
A week after his win at the North and South Amateur, Tyler added another victory at the Palmetto Amateur in South Carolina. At the end of August, the Florida Junior Tour alum made his way to Bandon Dunes Golf Resort for the 120th U.S. Amateur Championship. Tyler earned the number 41 seed and picked up 5 wins on his way to the 36-hole championship match, with 3 of those matches finishing on the 18th hole. In the championship match, the Georgia Tech senior found himself 5 down to Ollie Osborne in the morning 18. Tyler bounced back, winning 4 of his final 6 holes to finish the morning round 1 down. After going back and forth in the afternoon round, the two players headed to the 18th hole tied.
And I just felt calm. I mean, it was one of those moments that as a competitor, you just want to win and stuff like that. But at the same time, me and my dad talked about how cool of a situation this is. We're tied at Bandon Dunes, one of the most beautiful places in the world. Going down the last hole, tied at the U.S. Amateur, and to me it just felt like no pressure. I remember turning back to Ollie as we were walking to our balls in the fairway, and I said, man, this is one of those things we're never going to forget for the rest of our lives, and really calmed me down and put me in a good mindset for the rest of the hole.
With both players in the fairway, Tyler executed the shot of his life. He grabbed 4-iron from 246 yards and hit it to 25 feet to set up a 2-putt birdie. Minutes later, he raised the Have-Meyer Trophy on the 18th green.
The USAM has always been very high up in my family. I know my grandfather always wanted to win it. He came close a couple times and it slipped away a couple times, but my father's always referred to this trophy right here as the holy grail of our family. It's something that my dad dreamt of winning, my grandfather dreamt of winning, my brother dreamt of winning, and to have my brother, my dad, my mom, as I won the tournament on the 18th hole was very special, and it's one of those things I'll never forget because it wasn't all me out there that won. It's all the times that my father and mother would drop me off at the course when I was a kid and pick me up at dark, and my brother always being a great support system. To have the 3 people that matter most to me in my life be there was very special.
By virtue of his U.S. Amateur win, Tyler will compete in the 2021 Masters, U.S. Open, and Open Championship. He will also get a spot on the United States team for the 2021 Walker Cup at Seminole Golf Club in Juno Beach, not far from his home, something that had eluded his decorated grandfather.
But the Walker Cup is another thing. It's one of those things that my grandfather always wanted to make, and he was pretty close a couple times, but he never did. And that's probably been my dream as a amateur player more so than winning the AM is making that Walker Cup team, because it's something that my grandfather wanted to do more than anything, and he just never did. And that was one of the main reasons to stay in AM, was to make that team at Seminole, because it's right next door to my house, and what a special place. So I'm really looking forward to that tournament.
The Strafaci family has deep ties to the FSGA, with Tyler beginning to play in FSGA events at the age of 6.
I remember my first golf tournament was actually a parent-child at Disney. I played with my father, and we played the Old Oak Trail course at the Disney. Some of my greatest memories of my life has come from the FSGA.
Tyler went on to win the Florida Boys Junior Championship, Florida Junior Match Play Championship, and 5 Florida Junior Tour events. His father, Frank, is a past FSGA president and a 4-time FSGA champion, while his grandfather was the 1957 Florida Amateur champion.
My parents and my brother are pretty much fully responsible for where I am right now. I couldn't have done it without them. They've sacrificed so much for me to put myself in this position where my life's set up for me. All I have to do is go out and take it. And I owe them everything. And I love them, and they've been there every step of the way, and they're the best.
Joey Latowski was named the Mid-Amateur Player of the Year after an outstanding 2020 season that saw him take home his first FSGA championship.
To be honest, I ended up playing in more tournaments than I thought I would, and then obviously to play well, it was just sort of icing on the cake. So looking back, at the year, just feel really lucky, again, to have played in as many events as I did, and then obviously to play the way that I did as well.
The highlight of his season came in October at the Mid-Amateur Championship. 1 year after losing in the finals, it was Joey who was left standing at the 39th Mid-Amateur Championship at Maiaku Lakes Country Club. He put together rounds of 69, 67, 69 to finish the championship at 8 under and capture the 6-shot victory.
So difficult to win any event, let alone a state championship. Last year I lost in the finals, so to do it this year, particularly in the fashion that I did it, it was awesome. To know that my name will be on that trophy forever, and in the future when I look back at past champions, my name will be on there. There's so many great players who have won that. So to be a mid-amateur champion for the year, like I said, it's difficult to put into words, but it's really cool, and something that I'm going to cherish for a long time.
The Port St. Lucie resident added a top 15 finish at the Amateur Public Links Championship in August. He also teamed up with Ben Finley to take home top 5 finishes at the Mid-Amateur 4-Ball Championship and the Foursomes Championship.
It's hard to put into words, but it just means a lot. There's so many guys who had great years. Will and Mark played great all year, and they easily could be the ones sitting here talking to you. But I feel fortunate that I was the one to come out as Player of the Year this year, and it's something that means a lot, and something that I'll look back on fondly. Well, thank you to the FSGA, their volunteers, and all the clubs that hosted events this year. It's difficult running events, and I know you guys work really hard, to put the quality of events on that you do in any normal year. I can only imagine how difficult it was this year with everything that was going on. Can't thank you guys enough. You guys do a great job, and thanks so much. I'd also like to thank anyone that reached out to me with congratulatory texts or emails. It means a lot. It's something that you guys don't have to do, but for you guys to take the time to send those to me, it means a lot. So thank you.